Hey yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really nah, I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the ribbon, we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go. top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. What is going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with the CandleMafia and your boy Frankie Candles to do 2 hours of TA as Bitcoin starts to show extremely bullish signs with a little side of confusion. We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to be taking a look at those key levels to the upside and the downside. I want to show you guys some of the very, very bullish signals printing on the higher time frames for Bitcoin. Oh, no. You guys can't hear me? Hang on. Bear with me, guys. It's been a rough... Oh, no, you can hear me. Maybe it's a little quiet. Let me turn it up a little bit. Test, test, test. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yeah. Guys, it's been a doozy. Now, listen. Here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, we are no stranger to... guys, what is this? This crooked hat, guys? Tell me my hat's crooked. Look at this. I look like a weirdo. But, guys... we're no stranger to the technical difficulties. Earlier today in the premium Discord, I had some audio issues, and then I wound up going live for about 40 minutes without people. I never hit live on YouTube, guys. But speaking of technical issues, who saw that Chainlink video on Sunday? A little bit of Sunday sauce for the Mafia. Did look like the foreign version of Godzilla, though, because all of the audio was unsynced. Now, the information did make sense, but I was basically just doing this the whole time as my voice was talking. Oh, louder. Oh, turn the mic up. Turn the mic up. Turn the mic up. Test, test, test. Hopefully that is better. I think that should be good. Test. That should be louder. Let me know if it's too loud now. But guys, if you saw that Chainlink video, the reason I'm telling you this is because it is now re-uploaded. But obviously, if you saw that Chainlink video, you will know there were some serious audio problems. The editors didn't catch it before they put it up. However, they have now fixed it, and we have re-uploaded the video. So if you guys are, if you guys want to check out that video the way it was supposed to be seen, definitely go check that out. And even if you saw it, if you could just go ahead and drop a like on it and maybe rewatch it or just let it play and walk away from the computer, because that video got absolutely decimated. But hey, mistakes happen. Shout out to the editing team. They crush it. But obviously, you know, mistakes happen. So if you saw that and you were wondering why it looked like you were watching Godzilla, as I was trying to explain to you why Chainlink might be a decent investment, although not a low-cap moonshot altcoin, but still might be a decent investment. Not financial advice, but if you guys saw that and were wondering what was going on, that was basically what happened. But it is up now. If you guys can go check that out, it is uploaded on the channel after the live stream. Jade looks crabbish. Yeah, shout out to Felipe. But I like that name, bro. But guys, we're going to be taking a look at the levels, key levels to the upside and the downside, as well as that bullish signal that Bitcoin is printing right now. Now, we talk about this signal on the live stream constantly. We've been keeping a close eye on this, and it is finally starting to present itself. So I want to go over that, but then I also want to go over some of the confusion and how I am handling this market, even though things are not very clear. I'm going to break down things we can look at when the indicators are giving us those mixed signals, kind of what we can lean on to try to clear up that murky water and navigate these confusing markets. That way you can be on the right side of things, so you can get in at the bottom if we pump, and you can get in at the top if we wind up dumping. But before we jump into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where there's multiple chances for you guys to win some free crypto. And guys, we actually have to do our giveaway. Tony D, if you could throw a poll in there, let me know if people want to do Mrs. Thank you, Mrs. Candles. No, I don't think so. Oh, no, you're fine. But guys, we have some giveaways to do from Friday. Obviously, we did do the pre-record on Friday. Things were sideways. I couldn't live stream, so we threw up that. I'll get to you guys in a second. But we threw up that YouTube premiere, giving you guys that market update. But we didn't do last week's giveaway. So, Tony, if you can make a poll asking people if they want to do the giveaways tonight or if you just want to rack it all together and do all the giveaways on this Friday, let me know. Tony, drop that in as a poll, and then everybody vote on that. Let me know what you guys want to do. We could either do the giveaways tonight, or just rack it all up and do a massive giveaway on Friday. Let me know what you guys want to do. But before we jump into it, don't forget to smash that like button, and let's go ahead and say what's up to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Crypto DJ dropping those Market Cypher emojis. Shout out to Market Cypher. We're going to be taking a close look at Market Cypher in just a minute. But shout out to Crypto DJ. We got Crypto Pollo, who had his Frankie Candles hat commented on. They said, hey, that's a cool hat. And they said, what does it mean? And Crypto Pollo just said, bing bong, and walked away. Shout out to Crypto Pollo, or Bitcoin Chicken, as I like to call him, bro. That is a boss move. And that is the only way to explain what the Frankie Candles hat means. Shout out to you, man. Slugger Slug said dead heat. I thought he said dead beat. I was like, wow, I've just never been straight up called a deadbeat before. Shout out to Slugger Slug. What's going on, bro? Welcome in. We got Medic Money. And guys, shout out, number one, hang on. Shout out to Aquanaut2 said, Frankie, I'm glad you're living your dreams, man. Thanks for the wonderful content. Keep living your best life. Shout out to Aquanaut. Bro, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you. And, you know, I'm only able to do what I do because of the wonderful community behind us, which is the Candle Mafia. And Aquanaut, you're a big piece of that. So thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you for the kind words. And this is why I'm going to keep bringing this content straight to you. Shout out to Aquanaut for that super chat. $10, not a cheap one either. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. And Bubba's Crypto with a super chat. OG of the Candle Mafia. And you might be saying, who's this Bubba Crypto guy? Hey, Bubba's is an absolute OG, and he's back. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Said, Candle Mafia, y'all the best. Thanks for being here, Frankie, Tony, and mods, guys. Show the mods some love in the chat. But yeah, shout out to Bubba's Crypto. I appreciate that super chat, and I know life gets busy, and we miss you, Bubba's, but we know you'll be back. Well, you're back today, but we know if you don't come back next time, we know you'll be back soon. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. We love you. Absolute OG of the channel. And then Bubba's Crypto also dropping 5 Frankie Candles memberships on you. And then Hannah, I do believe you gave one single membership away as well. So I think Hannah just dropped 6 memberships. But Hannah is like the membership queen of the Candle Mafia, giving everybody those green names so you can use those cool emojis. If you just got a membership, go ahead and check out those cool emojis. Shout out to Hannah King. We love you. We appreciate you. And I know the Mafia does as well. And with all that being said, guys, I think it's time to go ahead and jump on in to these very, very confusing charts. Let's get into it. Here we go, guys. On the Bitcoin 3-minute, we are holding the POC 100K by tomorrow. Easy. This is the most important POC on the charts right now, guys, and it lies on the 3-minute time frame. I'm just kidding, guys. It was a long week, not a long weekend, but it felt like a long weekend. I'm well rested, and I'm on one right now, so you guys are going to have to deal with that tonight. I might be a little extra hype. I might not even have to pull up the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, as I don't know if I need any help with the energy right now, but while I say that, let's crack this can. But guys, Jimmy Two Shoes, salud, my friend, my paisan. Guys, here we go. Now, I want to talk first. I want to talk about the bullish signal printing on Bitcoin. And I actually did happen to see, as I pulled up my YouTube studio to pull up the live stream on my homepage, I saw a bunch of crypto thumbnails that were like, massive bullish signal. I don't know what they were talking about for the massive bullish signal. I kind of hope it's not the same thing we're looking at, because then I'm like late to the party, but I don't think it is. But I want to go ahead and take a look at this massive bullish signal and what it could mean for the future of Bitcoin. Now, this is a longer-term bullish signal, so I wouldn't expect this to bring us up to a really, really high number like today or tomorrow. Granted, we will talk about how a pump in the near term is very possible, but not really this big bullish signal I'm about to show you guys right now. It would take time to play out. However, we do also have some local bullish signals that could point to some more upside. And shout out to Creighton C. What is going on, bro? He said, you're a bullish signal. Shout out to Creighton C. I hope you're ready for the questions, because they are coming today. But I know you will never drop the ball for that. Let's see. Oh, shout out to Dave Digital in the chat. Said, you working tomorrow, Mr. Hot Dog Key Candle, double candles, because you got to have the S on there. Bubba's Crypto with another 5 memberships. Let's go. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto coming back in a huge way. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. We appreciate you. And I know Andrew, Sailing, Michael, Foxfire, and Samir are super appreciative of you, Bubba's. Thank you for gifting those. And Dave Digital said, are you working tomorrow, Frankie Candles? I don't plan to work a normal day. I will be waking up. I will be checking the charts as I do every day, whether I'm working or not. But if Bitcoin is moving and still not just ranging around in this sideways range that we've been in for quite some time, if we are just kind of within the range here, I may not stream because, it's 4th of July. There's only one 4th of July a year. Might want to go watch some fireworks. But I will keep you guys updated if something crazy happens. I'll make a market update, or I'll drop it in the Discord or what have you. I will keep you guys updated if something happens. But if it is boring, probably going to take advantage of the boring price action to kind of take the day off. I will not be actively trading. So I will say that. But probably not going to be a live stream tomorrow unless something crazy happens. If we get fireworks for Bitcoin on the 4th of July, maybe I will stream, but I will keep you guys updated. So either market updates, again, if something happens, market updates, maybe a live stream if it's crazy, but I'm really kind of just playing it by ear. I do want to try to enjoy the holiday, so I don't plan on working a normal day, but I will never, ever leave the CandleMafia completely in the dark, and that's why I'm going to light this candle, and then we will actually get right into the TA. So here we go. Candle's lit, baby. Let's go. Okay, just went out. Hang on. Come on. There we go. Candle is lit. Are you kidding me? Come on, Candle. Guys, this is not good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin might not pump today. Okay, there we go. Candle is lit. We got to get this thing going. Will I go live from TJ's 4th of July party? Yes. If I wind up there, yes. Yes, I will. Yes, shout out to Dave Digital. I will do that. Next time we have something like that, if it is the 4th of July party or whatever the next party is, where we have the whole company partying, I will go live. I won't do TA, but I'll just kind of go live and hang out with the Mafia. And I'll go around and maybe we'll get Ben on the stream. We'll get TJ on the stream. Maybe we'll get DZ up there. But I don't know. It'll be fun. But shout out to Dave. Yeah, maybe we'll do something fun if we wind up doing that. But shout out to you guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into the charts here and break down this thing that we call Bitcoin. So here we go, right? Massive bullish signal. This is actually pretty big, guys. And we Crypto Pollo with the 5 memberships. Shout out to you, bro. That sounds fun AF. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Pollo, bro. Thank you for gifting those memberships. Everybody gets a dang membership on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Shout out to you guys. You get one. Crypto Billy gets one. What's up, Crypto Billy? Good to see you, bro. Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, guys. All our mods. Show them love in the chat. But to this bullish signal, let's get into the charts here. Do you see what I see, guys? This is the weekly time frame. Money flow crossing over into the green. Now, last crossover into the green didn't really fare too well here, right? Kind of just came into the green, nuked right back into the red. However, I do think, now I did talk about this in the premium live stream earlier today, but I will just touch on it briefly here. And I think I talked about this. Yeah, I think I talked about this on the market update or the YouTube premiere on Friday. I did actually look over this with you guys, I believe. But I just want to point out, look how long we've been in the red here. We have been in the red with our weekly money flow for about 440 or so days. This is more time than we've spent in the red than any other cycle. Now, that does not, right, 203 days back in 2018. We did fake back out into the red here. But let me see. Actually, if we actually measure this whole thing out, yeah, almost the same amount of time in 2018 if you wound up, or 2019, I'm sorry, if you bring it all the way, if you ignore this fake out into the green. But back here in 2014, 2015, we were only in the red for 329 days. Either way, it does look like we've spent enough time here in the red on the weekly, and we were talking about this all last week, saying this next money flow crossover into the green may be the crossover that we're looking for, and it may be the crossover that gives us another push to the upside, giving us that next leg up between about 32 and 34K. And we're going to be talking about those macro higher prices that I am looking at, those higher price targets. But there's some things to talk about right now, guys, because, again, this weekly money flow would be an extremely bullish sign for Bitcoin. VWAP rolling to the downside, so that is something we have to keep in mind. This could wind up cooling us off, but this money flow crossover in the long term is a very, very good sign for Bitcoin. Now, moving on, not only do we have that weekly money flow crossover, but if we come on over to the daily, we are finally printing that green dot on the daily. And you guys will also know, in the premiere that we put up on Friday, I kind of talked about, I'll be honest, guys, I was kind of hoping we were either going to break up or break down out of this range over the weekend because it's getting pretty brutal in this range. But we didn't get that, right? We are starting to potentially break out right now, and we'll touch on that a little bit more. Maybe we'll see some fireworks, no pun intended. I don't know if that's really a pun, but maybe we'll see some fireworks during the stream. But green dot on the daily with our daily money flow coming to the upside. This is a bullish sign. This money flow coming to the upside is something we've been looking for quite some time, and now we are looking to get a crossover into the green potentially in about 2 hours. If we get that money flow crossover and that green dot confirms, guys, this would indicate that this trend will continue to the upside. However, the 2-day. Now, I will say the higher time frames are pretty bullish right now. I will be honest, right? Like this daily looks pretty dang good. It also looks like I kind of showed you guys the scenario that I would be looking at for a potential. I'm not going to show the levels just yet, but you guys will know when we were looking for this green dot, we were looking for a potential push to the upside to put a higher high in on our price and get a lower high on our momentum waves, potentially giving us a daily bearish divergence. And that does look like we could be potentially setting up for that. So I don't think it's impossible to just squeeze right out of this bull pennant and get a push to the upside before putting in another high and then getting a bigger correction down. Now, by bigger correction, I don't mean going to zero. I don't mean dumping down to 22K. I just mean a bigger correction than, within this range, right? We can come up and then maybe come down and test the top of this range before continuing higher. All in all, the daily looks bullish right now, especially with the money flow. Also, something to realize, 2-day money flow in the green, 3-day money flow, deep in the green at this point, 4-day money flow coming back up. This was something we were looking for. Because of our 3-day money flow being so aggressively up, we were looking for that to leak into the 4-day, because if you guys remember from last week, this 4-day money flow, I actually think it started coming up, I guess it started coming up on the 26th, so we did see this last week. However, this was the only higher time frame that was looking like money flow was starting to come down, but we finally got that 3-day money flow to leak into that 4-day as we expected, and it is starting to push money flow back up, so that is a good sign. Money flow back in the green on the 5-day. And we are also back in the green on the 6-day, and then obviously this weekly money flow is starting to follow suit, as you would expect, as those lower time frames typically do bleed into the higher time frames. Now, that all looks good and dandy. We are in a bullish continuation pattern. Like let's check off all the bullish signals here. We're in a bullish continuation pattern, whether you're looking at the flag that would have already broken out by now. If I extend this line of the bull flag, if you extend this, you could be looking at this as a breakout, right? This is the top of the flag. You could be looking at this as a breakout, retest, and then a breakout or a continuation. But here's the thing, guys. That looks all good and dandy. Bullish continuation pattern looking like it wants to pop. On top of the daily green dot and the daily money flow crossover into the green. I'm looking to cross over into the green. And the 2-day money flow in the green as well, and the weekly money flow crossover. These are all bullish signs for Bitcoin. But then you look at the 2-day, and you're looking at that VWAP, right? And that VWAP saying, hey, I want to cool off first before we're taking another move to the upside. That is where the confusion lies. This red dot is looking to print on the 2-day, but however, the more important thing to note here, guys, is the money flow strongly coming to the upside. This is indicating the trend will continue up. This is why my longer-term bias is long. This is why I am looking to be more greedy with the longs and more conservative with the shorts. Now, and again, this is nothing new, right? We always look at this higher time frame money flow to indicate the trend, right? We did it back here. I'm not going to cover this that long because I covered this for a very long time. Right up here, we came into the green as we got this short squeeze to the upside. We put in this high. Money flow crossed back over into the red, and then we wound up coming back down, right? And then money flow being in the red, that's why we were looking for shorts. We caught this short all the way down, and then we were looking to short the lower high. We shorted the lower high, came back down. Once this money flow crossed back over into the red, we knew the downtrend was likely to continue. That's how we caught the top of this retracement before shorting it all the way back down. And now we're starting to see the opposite happen as money flow creeps its way to the upside on the daily. So I will be looking to do the opposite. And I know I've said this 100 times in the past over the last live streams, so I hate to be repetitive. But for anybody new who was just tuning in, I do want to go ahead and let you know I am looking to do the opposite now, right? Because money flow is going in the opposite direction. So I will be more comfortable looking to long higher lows rather than look for absolute nukes to the floor for short positions, right? I will be more greedy with the longs than the shorts just because of the way money flow looks like on how money flow looks on the higher time frames. Now, that's your bullish case. Bullish continuation pattern, right? They break up more than they break down. Daily green dot, daily money flow crossover into the green. About to happen, weekly money flow crossover, and then basically all the money flow on all the higher time frames. You obviously have the VWAPs working against you, but the reason I am being careful with this is because it is very easy. If we're going to see this pump, it's likely just going to start ripping out of nowhere, and these VWAPs are just going to wind up getting a bounce on the zero line, and then we'll eventually come back down to cross over the zero line for a red dot, right? So I will say this. It does look a little bit pumpy right now. It does look a little bit pumpy until you wind up coming all the way back down to the 4-hour time frame where obviously, guys, this is kind of what we were looking at. This is the bearish case. I see chat going crazy with the green names. I will come back and give you guys the attention you deserve in just a second. Let me just get through the Bitcoin TA, and then I will come back to the chat. But, oh my God, Bubba's Crypto. I'm coming back. I promise, guys. But as you can see here, here's the thing. 4-hour money flow coming out, right? Clearly coming out and continuing to come out. On top of that, you do have the 4-hour VWAP rolling back to the downside, looking for a crossover that zero line and looking for the red dot here. We are also pretty overbought on Market Cipher B on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is, and I'm going to show you guys why I'm taking the bearish signals with a little bit of a grain of salt. It does not mean that I'm not acting on them. It does not mean that I am trying to trade them, but it just means I'm being a little bit more conservative. I'm definitely, my stop losses on the shorts are a bit tighter than they are on the longs, right? Because I am expecting any short that I enter, because of the way the higher time frames look with the daily green dot, with the money flow crossing over on a lot of the higher time frames into the green, I am potentially expecting to take these shots out these shorts, but I am expecting a potential pump out of nowhere to just stop me out of these shorts. So any short position I am entering today or moving forward until we get a resolution of this range, whether we break up or break down, every short I enter, I am essentially going to be assuming that we're going to get some kind of crazy short squeeze out of nowhere or a random pump out of nowhere, and they're going to stop me out. So I am making sure that those stop losses are going to be small losses. I am okay getting stopped out of these trades, as I'm usually okay with getting stopped out of any trade. Oh my God, guys, there's a membership war going on. Let me get through the Bitcoin TA, and I will come back to you guys. Yeah, going absolutely nuts. I see you guys. Oh my God. Oh, loady load. Oh, my God. The gifts are out of control, guys. All right. I'm coming back to chat. I will come back to chat. But give me a minute here. So this is I am just being a little bit more conservative with the shorts and more greedy with the longs, but that does not completely invalidate the way this 4-hour looks. We have that confirmed bearish divergence with money flow coming out. VWAP coming down, money flow sort of looking for a crossover into the red here. It looks like sometime soon, but I'm going to show you very specifically, again, why this is not invalidated at all, but why I may be taking this with a little bit of a grain of salt. But here's your bearish case. Money flow coming out on the 4-hour. VWAP also coming down. So red dot on the 4-hour likely to come very soon. Could wind up giving us a crossover into the red, which could lead to a bigger move to the downside. Now, before I move on, I want to show you guys kind of why I am being a little bit cautious, because a lot of times when you're in a mega bullish environment like this, price does like to push through the TA and just give you a rip out of nowhere. And it's kind of reminding me of this period of time back here. Now, zooming into this area, we're on the 4-hour time frame. This was one of those situations because, guys, I always say it, money flow very rarely lies, but it doesn't mean that it absolutely never gives you false signals. Every indicator gives you false signals. Oh my God, guys. Oh God. I'm coming back to chat. I promise. Okay. with this kind of area of consolidation that we had here, obviously this was somewhat of a ascending triangle, bullish pennant, depending on how you drew it. This was kind of a very similar situation that we are looking at right now, right? Kind of like a bullish pennant, but you had that bull pennant, but money flow on the 4-hour was coming to the downside, right? So market cipher was screaming down. This bull pennant was saying up, and then like everything was a mess here. Everything was super, super mixed signals, but then we were able to actually, we saw an actual short squeeze forming here by looking at Coinalyze, guys. We were able to see that the futures traders were shorting into this move up. And we saw the spot CVD coming up, showing that the people were buying on spot as these futures traders were starting to short into this move to the upside. Eventually, the spot buying pushed the price past everyone who was short here, pushed it past their stop losses, and it started a cascade of short stops getting triggered, pushing price to this new high where we finally put in that high, and then money flow finally crossed over into the red, and that is where we got this move to the downside. So this is a very, very similar situation, in my opinion, because, again, we were in a very bullish environment here. And, again, we actually put this in the premium Discord, I think, like the day before it broke out. I was able to see that CVD, that short squeeze forming, and I was like, hey, guys, I was leaning very bearish in this range. Even though there was a bull pennant with the money flow, I was like, I don't know. Like, money flow very rarely lies. I'm sticking to my guns here. And then at the last minute, looking at the CVD, I saw the short squeeze building, and then I uploaded the Discord like, hey, guys, I think we talked about it on YouTube as well, like the day before it broke out. Like, this looks like it's probably going to break to the upside if this short squeeze winds up playing out. And again, that was one time where the 4-hour money flow was completely wrong. So that is a similar situation to what we're seeing right now, guys. We have this somewhat of a bull pennant, right? We have money flow coming out, but I do just want to point out that just because money flow is coming out does not mean that it has to cross over into the red. We could wind up getting support on the zero line or just kind of bing-bonging around here while a potential short squeeze builds, or this pennant is just waiting to break out. Now, I also want to compare this to another time in history, and I'm going to have to go in bar replay mode to actually get there because it's really, really, really far back. So here we go. In 2019, am I going to be able to see it? There it is. In 2019, guys, again, super bullish environment. Granted, we were in a bear market, but this was obviously a bear market rally of 2019. This was the bear market rally of 2019, where we ripped 350% up into about $14,000. And I want you to look at the money flow on Market Cipher B, specifically on the 4-hour. Almost this entire move to the upside, besides this little fake out into the red, this entire move up, the money flow was in the green. You got faked out on this money flow how many times, right? Like, now, granted, you were kind of just going sideways here, but you were in the green. You would have expected a big crossover into the red. You did actually wind up coming down a lot there. But really starting here, this is kind of what I'm looking at, right? You get the breakout, boom, massive green candles, massive money flow wave in the green, and then it starts to trickle out here. This would be somewhat bearish, right? I'd be looking for a move down, but then boom, I don't even think you got into the red here, maybe a tiny bit. Boom, right into another 4-hour big green wave, and then boom, you get another really big, massive move to the upside. And this is something that we could see happen just because we are in a really bullish environment. So this is what I mean by, I am just here to give you the information on the charts. I'm just here giving you guys what the indicators are saying, what the charts are saying. Let me come back to the current price action. Again, Market Cipher B, at least on the 4-hour, and like these medium hourly time frames, like 3-hour coming back up, but that 4-hour is looking for more downside. But I just wanted to show that because it doesn't mean that you can't, any indicator is going to give you false signals once in a while, right? So, granted, the money flow on Market Cipher is like low-key, very rarely wrong. But as you can see from those examples I just showed you, like, these are perfect examples of like how it's nothing is a sure bet here, right? Like, nothing is 100% going to move you in one direction or another. It's all about finding that confluence. And I will say, there are more bullish puzzle pieces, at least at this time. The 4-hour money flow and the 2-hour VWAP getting very close to that zero line is really the two things calling for more downside. Everything else is really pointing to the upside. So I would even say like I'm more neutral bullish. I'm like pretty neutral right now, if I'm being honest, because you don't want to get too heavy bullish or too heavy bearish, because that's how you get faked out and you miss the moves or you get wrecked. So I am somewhat neutral now, like almost starting to lean a little bit more towards the bullish end of things, and that has a lot to do with the daily green dot and money flow. This looks pretty dang good, at least for a short-term move back to the upside, to put in another higher high, and then I don't know if I just said this, but this is also setting up to potentially put in a lower high on the daily, and that might give you that bearish divergence that I would feel a little bit more comfortable shorting at some of the other key levels that we have up here. So that's kind of the gist of things, guys. Mixed signals. However, that daily does look like it's pretty pumpy, and that 4-hour is not guaranteed to play out to the downside, because, I think some people get a little tribal about the indicators, a little tribal about anything that they look at, and they think that, this has to play out because it usually does, right? Like, same thing with the bull pennants, right? Like, people are like, this is obviously going to break up. Do you not see the bull pennant? And it's like, yeah, but bull pennants don't always play out, right? I don't know the exact percentage, probably like 76% of the time or something like that, but this really does. If we confirm this green dot, guys, we could wind up seeing a bigger move to the upside, where I would be looking at some higher levels, which we'll take a look at in a second. I would look at some of those higher targets to start looking for some bigger shorts, but still being more conservative with the short positions, guys. Being more greedy with the longs and more conservative with the shorts. But let me just go ahead and come on into fan funding here. And oh my God, you guys are insane. All right, let me read through these really quickly, guys. Shout out to hang on, let me catch up here. Shout out to Crypto Poya for those 5 gifted memberships. You guys are crazy. Creighton C with the $20 super chat, guys. Fire, guys. The bull market is the bull market's got to be close, even if the bears are right and we're gonna go down to those lower lows. I gotta say, it's feeling more bullish. It's like just the environment of crypto. Like, everybody's hype. Bitcoin's kind of pumping a little bit. It feels good right now. Shout out to Creighton C says, happy 4th, Frankie. You and Tony and Mrs. Candles just have fun. Don't worry about the charts or us. We got Dave in Discord. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, Creighton. You're in here all the time. You be super chatting constantly. I appreciate you, bro. We got Thesis himself. Says divergences never get invalidated. They become stacked or delayed, or delayed. I wouldn't completely disagree with that. Yeah, I would. I mean, let me try to find an area. Let's see. I'm not gonna go ahead and even here, right? You got higher highs, lower highs, right? Let me lock my tool here. Higher highs, lower highs. I'm not going to draw this perfectly, guys. Higher highs, lower highs. Just essentially just massive increase in price and decrease in momentum. Money flow also coming out. So that would be like an example of stacked or just multiple drives of bearish divergence that eventually wound up amounting to enough downward pressure to absolutely rip us in this big capitulation of in the summer of 2021. But shout out to Thesis himself. Bro, thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Let's see. GF Burke says hi. Shout out to GF Burke. Thank you for the super chat, bro. We got Corey West with the 5 Frankie Candles memberships. You guys are insane. Absolutely insane. Shout out to Creighton C. Said, that's what she said. That's what she said, Wolf. That's what she said. I don't know what Wolf said, but I'm sure you guys do, and now you got me to say it live on the internet. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto with another 5 Frankie Candles memberships. You guys are crazy. And Hannah, absolutely dropping the bombs on everybody. All the memberships. Guys, you are insane, guys. Like, I think we've given away. I will come back with the actual number because we could see how many memberships are gifted, and I want to give you guys that number because the amount of generosity in this community is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Bubba's. Shout out to Creighton. Shout out to Thesis. Shout out to Crypto Poyo, Dave Digital, everybody who gifted stuff, and Aquanaut too. Thank you for being here, bro, and thank you for all the support, guys. I really do appreciate you. Shout out to Bilal. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Said, can you do TA on Shiba? Well, I'll tell you what, Bilal. I typically don't do TA on Shiba. Not because I don't want to, just because I feel like no one really requested, or it's never on the list. But for you, below. I will go ahead and take a look at it. I will look at it as our first altcoin, and we will jump into the altcoins very, very soon. Shout out to everybody dropping everything, the merchandise, dropping the memberships, the super chats. You guys are absolutely insane. I appreciate you guys endlessly. Thank you so much. 167 memberships last Monday, guys. So far, 95 today. This is insane. Black Richard. Black Richard says, Bubba is the GOAT. Absolutely. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. You're awesome, man. Shout out to the CandleMafia. You guys are crazy. And yeah, guys, I don't know what membership, whatever memberships they're gifting. Like, you could do the math. Hannah King, you're a menace. Hannah, you're a menace. Oh, my God. Hannah, how big was this trade that you won? I really got to know. How big was this trade? You are just, like, making it rain like Oprah. I guess she just gives cars away. She doesn't really make it rain. But shout out to Hannah King. You're a beast. Oh, my God, I'm a member. Shout out to Bitfrog. Yeah, let's go. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Stefan. But, guys, I'm going to jump back into the TA. Bubba's Crypto. Bubba's. Don't do this to me, Bubba's. Shout out to Bubba's. Guys, show Bubba's. Throw the bing bong emoji in chat for everybody gifting the memberships. If you just got a membership, show the love to whoever gifted the membership to you in the chat with a bing bong emoji. Hit it up right now. Let's go. Oh, God. You guys are crazy. Shout out to everybody super chatting. You guys are insane. Wow. Guys, chat is much less delayed. Shout out to Bitfrog. Awesome community. Hey, yeah. You got to talk to the Mafia on that. They are definitely the best community. You guys are insane. Throw the bing bongs in chat. Let's go. This is a cool community. Shout out to Jordan C. We appreciate you. Welcome to the Candle Mafia. My name is Frankie Candles, and I show you and the Candle Mafia how to make money trading crypto, whether the price is going up or down. And shout out to all the gifters. I'm going to go ahead and hit the bing bong cannon real quick, guys. Then we're going to jump right back into the TA. Here we go. Bing bongs in chat. We're going to make it rain. We should have rain emojis or money raining emojis. Let's go. Bing bong. Shout out to the gifters. Woo! Guys, it backfired. How is that even possible? Bing bong. Woo! Oh, God, this thing is too much fun. It's fast, guys. That thing is fast. Empties a clip. Absolute mag dump in like 15 or 0.15 seconds. But, guys, I appreciate all of you. Let's go ahead and keep on doing the TA here because I want to provide the value on tonight's stream. But that's what I'm looking at, guys. The daily does look pretty pumpy. I'm not going to lie. Really, the bearish case lies on your 2-day red dot and your 4-hour money flow. But again, I just showed you why you might want to take that with a grain of salt. Not financial advice. You are a little bit overbought here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get a little move down. But if this pennant is going to break out, guys, it is likely going to come out of nowhere and absolutely just start pushing and pushing and pushing, in which case, if we get that move, my eyes would shift to this potential bearish divergence, not only on the daily with our lower lows on our momentum waves and higher lows on the daily, higher highs on our price action. I will also be looking at these higher hourly time frames, which also may be setting up for divergences. And again, the 12 and the 16 hour may be able to give us a little bit of insight into what's going to happen with the daily before it actually happens. Hannah King says, not a big trade, just consistent gains. Hannah King, you're a legend. Shout out to Hannah. We appreciate you, Hannah. You're the best. NFTs for sale says, thank you for the $5 super chat, says, happy 4th to Frankie and the Candle Mafia. Let's go. Shout out to NFTs. Let's go. Where's my JPEG D-gens out there? Let's go. Where's Deezy when you need them? Where's Taco when you need them? But continuing on here, guys, may set up again for a potential bearish divergence here on the 16-hour. Another time frame to watch would be that 12-hour, and that is in the case of a breakout of this bull pennant. And that's what we're looking for, guys. 4-hour. And then locally, I'm going to talk about the key levels now and just talk about kind of how I'm handling this locally. As you guys can see, we do have a little bit of a volume profile here, a little micro range. And I mean, it's not really a clean range. However, we did get this move to the downside, which we caught. We actually didn't catch it live, but we were looking at this setup in the premium Discord earlier today. And it wound up like hitting TP super, super quickly. But I do think potentially in the short term here, guys, I would wait for this 1 hour, potential 1 hour green dot to kind of figure itself out. However, 2 hour red dot 3-hour VWAP looking for a red dot as well, and then that 4-hour VWAP is looking to cool off, and we are overbought a bit here on the 4-hour. So I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of cool off a little bit or just kind of consolidate up here because there are some things on the lower time frames pointing to some more potential downside in the short term. I'm not talking about like a massive move all week to the downside. I'm just talking about a potential push to lower prices in the short term. And again, if we do wind up getting a more of a move down, I will be more confident longing the higher lows than looking for those, I always say moonshot longs. What's the opposite of a moonshot long? I guess it would be like a Goblin Town bound short. I don't know. But just in the short term, that 2-hour red dot could potentially bring us down or just make us consolidate up here for a little bit. But again, that 4-hour red dot, as money flow continues to leak to the downside, I would potentially expect some further downside just in the short term, right? And again, guys, I was saying this in the premium Discord, guys. The end of last week was really frustrating. Because we were crushing this range for so long, and I don't want to say it was easy. It wasn't easy, but they were very obvious trade setups, and it seemed like every trade was playing out the way we wanted it to, and then at the end of the week, it got super choppy. I got stopped out like 100 times. Not 100 times, but I got stopped out a whole bunch, and it was getting really frustrating at the end of last week as it was very choppy, and we are still in a little bit of an unclear environment. One thing for sure, the higher time frames look good, guys. I am long-term bullish. Oh, baby, we got Lux Algo in the chat, guys. Show Lux Algo some love. Shout out to Sean from Lux Algo. What is going on, bro? Guys, say what's up to Sean from Lux Algo. You guys love Lux Algo so much, and your boy is in the chat right now. Show him some love in the chat, guys. Let's go. Let's go. This is fire. Guys, this is a lit stream. Lux Algo in chat. Let's go. But, guys, oh, my God. Who super chatted $100? Crypto Billy said, just FOMOing in, Frankie. Happy 4th of July, bro. Love you and the Mafia. Hashtag Givers Gain. Hashtag Find Your People. Hashtag Frankie Candles University. Guys, shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Lux Algo. Guys, we had Face in chat the other day. Chat has been lit lately. Chat has been absolutely lit. Let's go. And we got Wolves in the chat, too. Shout out Lux Algo. Yo, this is lit. Lux Algo emojis in the chat, guys. Let's get it. This is fire. But it's a little wish-washy out there, guys, so just be careful. It's, again, like longer time frames look amazing. Actually, speaking of Lux Algo, you guys will know I was showing you on the weekly chart those the change of characters in the bear markets are typically signs of the bottom being in and basically the beginning of the bear market rally / accumulation phase. It essentially marked that the bottom was in and we were ready to accumulate and start that next bull run. But this is it is a little bit confusing right now. Higher time frames definitely pointing to the upside. I do feel really good about that in the longer term. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of noise between now and when those higher time frames play out. And again, the medium term is really what's a little wish-washy here. Are we going to get a push right back down to the bottom of the range, or are we going to get that breakout of the pennant? It's very hard to say because of the way the 4-hour money flow looks. So I'm hedged in both directions, guys. Shout out to Creighton C. Said, happy 4th, Mafia, unless you're British. Sorry, not sorry. .us. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the $5 super chat, bro. But guys, that's what I'm thinking on Bitcoin. It's a little wish-washy out there. Whether you're long or short, make sure you're managing your risk correctly. And remember, again, just before we move on to ETH, shout out to Rob. Thank you for the nudge. Remember, this was looking pretty, no, is this it? Yeah, on the 4-hour, right? On the 4-hour, this was looking bearish on Market Cypher. And again, if it wasn't for looking at the CVD, we would have not been able to see that push to the upside. So again, just very wish-washy out there. Just make sure you're using good risk management. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Bitcoin. Daily green dot, if that daily green dot does confirm, I do think we could continue up here again, in which case I will be looking for those higher time frame bear divs for a cool off. Real quick, guys, real quick. Let's say we get the higher high, right? Let's say we get the higher high. Momentum wave makes a lower high on the 16-hour. We also had the same thing on the 12-hour, say, and the daily, right? And the 2-day. Let's say we get it on the 2-day as well. I think that, yeah, let's say we get it on the 2-day as well. If we do, shout out to Bubba's Crypto, said, hashtag find your people, hashtag CandleMafia. Thank you for that, Bubba's. Guys, hashtag find your people. If you don't get it, ask Billy. Billy will fill you in. That's for the OGs. But If we get that higher high on our price action, we get that pump up to potentially about 32K or maybe a little bit higher. We could look at those key levels in a second. But if we do wind up getting that, right, it would also give us a bearish divergence on the 2-day potentially as well, as long as that wave is a lower high. If that does wind up happening, I would look for that divergence to pull us back to put in a higher low. I want to be very clear. If we do get that pullback, I will be looking to long the higher low, not looking to hold this to go to zero because the higher time frames are pointing in the upward direction. Real quick, let's go over the key levels to the upside, guys, that I will be looking at. So obviously, you guys are very familiar with this. Chart. Again, where did we reject from earlier? Simply the value area high of our range. We didn't actually tap it to the dollar, but we basically came up to the highs of the value area high of our range from May of 2022. So again, just these volume profiles are just absolutely overpowered. However, and I'm going to show you guys, actually using Lux Algo, where I may be looking to long these higher lows. And I'm going to show you that in a second, actually. But if we get that push to the upside, guys, some levels I will be watching is, number one, I will be watching $32,000 even. That is going to be a big level to keep an eye on. We do have a spider line running through this level, so that is likely to give us some kind of resistance. We also have, let me see, do I have a, no, macro is on, okay. Oh, I have spider lines on this chart. I don't know if I have the correct spider lines. I think it's a non-logarithmic spider line. Okay, so I don't have it on this chart, but I will be looking at $32,000 even. Not only do you have the psychological level of resistance, you also have that spider line. That is going to be a big level we could put that higher high into. Sergio, welcome to being a wise guy. What is going on? Hey, what's going on, Sergio? But I will be looking at 32K. I will also go ahead and let me pull up this Bitstamp chart really, really quickly. I will hide this and zoom out here. Let's see. Let me hide some of this stuff. Clean it up. No, we want the macro. Macro. Oh, here. These spider lines are likely. Okay. So here we go. $32,000 is going to be one of those levels. Where is it? 32K. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here's the spider lines. Let me come up to a higher time frame. Boom. Boom. There we go. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. So, yeah, if we push up right here, about 32.1, right? This was about 32,000, back, last week. But now this line obviously trends up over time. It is about 32,100. 32K is likely to give you some kind of resistance just because of that psychological level. Now, if we push past $32,000, I will look to push higher up into this purple box. And these levels do get a little bit stronger. $33,000 is going to be a big level to watch. And then the bottom of this blue box is coming in at about 32.4. I'll actually drag this purple box down a bit here. So between about 32.3 and about 33.4 is going to be that next major area I would expect a lot of resistance if we continue to push up. And those are basically the key levels, right? 32K. 32.1, and then this purple box between 32.3 and 33.4 are going to be really, and then obviously we have these levels in the middle that you're likely to play around on. But really, if I just pull up a fresh chart here, guys, let me pull up a, what is this? Yeah, let me take a look at this, right? Let's zoom out. Let's go to the 5-day, say. Yeah, I mean, essentially, like if you're just looking at this structure, and again, guys, a lot of the levels we talked about last week are going to be relevant as well. And again, that value area low coming in at 29,220 or 29,290 is going to be a key level. Because again, if we are able to hold this level as support, it may open up the door to come up to our POC coming in at 34.3. Right? That's our point of control of the range. And we know if you get above that value area low and you're able to hold it as support, you're likely to come up to that point of control. Now, again, you're likely to get some resistance at about 33K. Again, these highs up here at about 32.3. And, all the levels in between here. It's not just going to be a clean shot, but this is the next likely place for price to go if we hold these lows. And this is the volume profile, guys. Like, this is the sauce. And then, obviously, if we're able to get above here, we would look for a move up eventually to that value area high, which is in perfect confluence with this golden pocket between about 48 and 50K. And again, like that's pretty far target. I'm not saying we're getting there tomorrow or the next day or next month or 2 months from now or over the summer. I'm just saying, in hindsight, if we make it up here, it's going to make a lot of sense to come up and test that value area high. But real quick, before we move on to Ethereum, how long have we been going for? Yeah, let me just look, before we take a look at Ethereum, I want to talk about if we do get a cool off here, where I would be looking to potentially look to long. And let me turn on Lux Algo here. This is one of my favorite things to use Lux Algo for, that those candle colors load. But shout out to Bubba's Crypto gifting another 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. You guys are crazy. Billy with the $100 super chat. Billy, you are a menace, man. Shout out to Billy. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy's like a celebrity in himself. It's like people knew him at Bitcoin Miami when we were walking out with Crypto Billy. They're like, yo, Crypto Billy, what's up, bro? And I'm like, yo, you're like low-key like a famous community member. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. You're the GOAT. And it's because he's so giving. He's so selfless. Have you ever met somebody who's selfless? The Crypto Billy is one of those people where he has no motive. Like, Crypto Billy genuinely has no motive. He just likes to help people. Like Crypto Billy just gave me $100 super chat, and I know for a fact that he wants nothing from me. He's giving that to me because he's a good person. And if you ever meet him, if you ever get the pleasure to meet Crypto Billy, you will know that the second you look into his eyes. You're like, this guy is a good human being. You can just tell from the outside, just instantly. His energy is good vibes. Shout out to Crypto Billy, bro. You are a huge part of this community, and we love you, man. Low-key famous. Shout out to Jonah. But here we go. Yeah, what I would look for here, guys, let's pull some fibs, right? Let's pull it from this little scam wick liquidity grab. By the way, guys, I think I talked about this. I never know. I do so many live streams between the premium and the YouTube channel and the market updates. I never know where I talk about stuff. This is my Lux Algo setup that actually, shout out to Sean from Lux Algo. I don't know if he's still in here, but he actually, I met with him and I was talking to him, and this is kind of, he was giving me some good ideas, and I found my favorite blank, just straight brain fog. My absolute favorite indicator. Why can't I talk? My favorite indicator combination ever. And this is obviously, if you have Lux Algo, this is not what you're used to seeing. I've changed a lot of the settings. I only have a few things living on the chart right now, but this is OP, guys. Between this and Market Cipher, absolutely OP. But what I like to use this for, very specifically, all I have on here right now, guys, is market structure labeling, candle colors on price actions concept for Lux Algo. I have the smart trail from the signals and overlays, and the liquidity grabs from the price actions concepts. This is all I have, and it's absolutely OP. And they offer so much more than that, but this is all I have to use. It's absolutely OP. I love it. It's clean. It doesn't clutter your chart. And the new oscillator's fire as well. A lot of times, guys, what I do is I use this. This is kind of my main setup here, is I have Market Cipher on the bottom, and then I have my price actions concept, and my candle overlays are all Lux Algo. Like, this is my OP setup. However, regardless, I want to show you guys exactly what I'm looking for. You can see the smart trail is coming right into this order block on the 2-hour. If we get a pullback here and we get a bigger move to the downside, you'll see not only do we have the golden pocket right here, this would be a level I would be watching for a potential bounce. Let me make this blue. I would be looking here for a potential retest of the golden pocket. If we come lower, you will have some pretty nice confluence right here between your 786 Fibonacci retracement level order block and your smart trail. And a lot of times what happens when price is in an uptrend, right? You can see here we had a change of character, break a structure. If we wind up coming back down and testing this golden pocket or 786, we know price does like to come down and test these levels before continuing up. And if we break through the golden pocket, I would love to come down, tap that order block. Smart trail will likely be, in that vicinity at the time. And that 786, you have a lot of confluence down here at that level. And a lot of times price does like to dip back into that smart trail before continuing higher. And a lot of times it does line up with the golden pocket retracement levels. Because you guys know, like, we talk a lot about the golden pocket retracements, right? You get a move to the downside, you pull your fib from the high to the low, and if you're looking for a short position, in this case, you would wait, sit on your hands, wait for price to retrace to the golden pocket, and then that is where you would look to enter your trade, right? If you missed your entry up here, you would look to re-enter on the retracement, and a lot of times you will see that golden pocket and the smart trail, obviously this moves depending on what time frames you're looking at, but once you figure out kind of what time frames to look at, a lot of times you will see the golden pocket line up with the smart trail, whether it's on the lower time frames or the higher time frames. I'm trying to see here. Where'd we go? What happened? What happened? There we go. But yeah, you can see on the higher time frames, obviously we're in a pretty bullish trend, so the smart trail is below. But like what happened here, right? We came up, almost tapped that smart trail perfectly before continuing up. You can see this happens all the time. Let's see. It's kind of just choppy over here. Let's find a, like right here, right? You come up. Big correction to the downside. You tap that smart trail, right back up, right back down, tap the smart trail, right back up, tap the smart trail, right back up. Didn't quite get there that time. And then you're in an uptrend here, so it's a little bit harder. You did dip here, flipped it for a second, came back up. Not a Lux Algo commercial, but I just wanted to kind of point that out because this is basically what I'm looking at here on this current price action is if we get that pull to the downside, I will be looking at these two levels. Go back to the 2 hour. I will be looking at these two levels, the golden pocket and the 786, especially with the smart trail order block 786 confluence down here at that lower level. So if we cool down, I will be looking to potentially get that retest entry for a long position. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't really, I'm being very conservative with the trades right now, guys, just because things are very uncertain. I would even stretch out this box, this blue box. I would even bring this up to the value area high. This is obviously going to be a big level, right? Because we are now deviating out of the volume profile. If we are going to continue up, we are likely to come down and test that value area high as support, which again is in confluence with that golden pocket, right? So we could come down there, test that level, and then continue to the upside. Just some ideas on where I would be looking to enter along if we did wind up continuing down. This would obviously be with the confluence of other things, right? It's not like you just wait for it to come down to this level and then long. You need other signal confirmations, but obviously we don't have time to go into all of those right now, but that's kind of what I would be looking at. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and start taking a look at those altcoins. Let's see. Cisco Kid. Shout out to Cisco Kid. Peace, love, and hair grease. Or should you say love, peace, and hair grease? Wouldn't that be, yeah. Love, peace, and love grease. Oh, God. Anyway, shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto in the chat. Love, stretch, okay. All right. Wow. Woo. Slippery slope there. But, guys, go ahead and drop your altcoins in the chat right now if you want me to take a look at them. And there we go. Randomness, just no hesitation. Ada. We will be taking a look at Sheeb right now. Yeah, shout out to Learning. What is going on, Learning? Good to see you. Add Zill in the... yeah, we can take a look at Zill. Let's see. Rob, throw Zill on there. I'll take a look at Ethereum right now, and then we'll take a look. First alt we'll take a look at from the list will be Sheeb, and then whatever Rob the Crypto Snob decides to throw on the list. I do believe we saw some super chats come in here. Oh, my God. Hannah gifting another 5 memberships. I think I already shouted these out. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto for the memberships. I do believe, yeah, Dave Digital says, just wishing Rob a happy birthday. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Happy birthday, bro. It is his birthday, guys. It's his birthday every single day. Johnny Jackhammer says, safe moon to the moon. Let's go. And shout out to Jack of All Trades says, no bing bong here. Oh, no, Jack of All Trades. Well, hey, if you hang around long enough, you're probably going to wind up with a green name at some point. So shout out to Jack of All Trades. And for anybody for all the Jacks of All Trades out there, guys, don't let them make you think that you're no good because you're a Jack of All Trades, master of none. Please learn the whole saying. And that is, a Jack of All Trades is a master of none, but a master of all is better than a master of one. And I believe that is the full saying. So shout out to the Jacks of All Trades out there. Brother Cosmos, please. Shout out to, yeah, sure, no problem, bro. Shout out to George. Shout out to you, bro. Absolutely. But let's go ahead and continue on. Not so happy birthday today. I was in a car. Whoa, Rob, for real, bro? You were in a car accident. Are you? I mean, and you're still here? Rob, Rob, you're the GOAT, bro. You're the GOAT, bro. I hope you're okay. Let me know. I hit you up after the stream, bro. I hope you're good, man. I'm glad. I mean, you're here, so that's got to be a good sign. So I'm happy about that. But let me know if you're all right. Yeah. Shout out to Jonah Playing goes, yeah, I'm gonna use that because I am I've been a Jack of All Trades at times, and I always felt bummed out when they'd say like, oh, you're like, I always felt like, how is that a bad thing? Like, I'm a Jack of All Trades. I can do everything, right? Like, if you're a Jack of All Trades, you can kind of do anything. You can kind of get the hang of anything. You can do whatever you want. And you're good at a lot of things. How in the world could that possibly be a bad thing? And then I learned that saying, and I think that if someone Google it, I think that is actually the whole saying. Like, I don't even think someone made that up to make you feel better. I think it's actually the saying. Shout out to Trey Blake said, when sauce coin. I don't want to say never, but I do want to say, like, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with having your own coin. I don't know if I would ever want that, because whether you could do everything by the book and you're still just going to have a mob of people saying that you're a scammer. I don't know if I'm willing to take that on. So maybe never. I don't know. I don't ever want to say never, but likely it's a hairy situation there. So I don't know if I'll ever do that. Okay, there on my hero said, jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of none. That is probably the actual saying. Yeah. Oh, wow. Tony D coming in clutch there. Yeah. So I guess that is it. Sauce jar NFTs then, that is a little bit more realistic. I do think we will probably do something with NFTs in the future. Maybe we'll even give them away for free. And then just add utility to them. I don't really know. But yeah, I'd be more open to that than just making a coin, because then it's like, oh, you pump and dump. I would never do that. Regardless of what anyone on the internet would say, I would never do that to a stranger, let alone the community that comes on here and supports me every single day. Again, I probably would never do it, but if I did, it's like, why would I do that? That's like such a short game. I am in this for the long term. But yeah, anyway. But here we go. Continuing on Ethereum, red dot confirmed on your 4-hour. Money flow creeping out as well. Let's zoom out here just a little bit. I actually want to come on over to this Ethereum, because this is the one that we were looking at last week. And let's take a look. All right. So here we go. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Oh, no, not that. Get rid of this. No, not that. Get rid of... No. 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 Okay, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. DJ Mines says, Dynex, great AI play. Proof of useful work. Interesting. Shout out to DJ Mines. Thank you for that super chat. Dynex, I'll have to check that out. Interesting. If we have time, I'll try to check it out on stream. Wife's car is totaled. The insurance paperwork is a B, but I am not seriously injured. Thank God, Rob. Shout out to you, man. Thank God. That makes me... puts a smile on my face, brother. I'm so happy you're all right. I'm glad the family's okay. Car is a bummer for sure, but listen, if you had that's definitely the better, as long as your family and you are okay, you can always get another car. You can't get another life. So shout out to you, Rob. I want to say thank you for being okay, but shout out to you, man. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're okay, not happy. But guys, take a look here. We are approaching our next kind of level of major resistance, right? Like, where are we? We are deviating away from the volume profile. We are out of our value area high, pushing past this level of resistance. We could potentially print this 6-hour bear div. Now, again, I want to come up to the daily just to show you guys kind of what's going on here. Looking a lot different than Bitcoin. VWAP rolling over to the downside here on the daily. If you print that red dot, likely going to get, in my opinion, pushed down back potentially into this range. However, looking at the 5-hour, 5-hour bear div. 5-hour bearish divergence with money flow also coming out generally. As you can see right here, money flow generally coming to the downside. You could wind up cooling off here. 4-hour red dot is printing. Wait, what was I looking at before where the red dot was confirmed? Was that not the 4-hour? It was the 2-hour. That's my fault. But 4-hour, higher highs on your price, lower highs with money flow coming out, guys. This is indicative of more downside, right? And again, like, this doesn't have the bullish signals that Bitcoin has. It does not have the daily green dot. This does not have, or maybe it does have the weekly money flow. Yeah, it has the weekly money flow crossover into the green. But it does not have the green dot on the daily. This daily looks like it wants to cool off. And money flow generally trending to the downside. 16-hour looking for a red dot. Also looking for a 16-hour bear div here as well. Yeah. I would look for this. I would look for the 12 and the 16-hour. I mean, maybe even the 10-hour. Yeah, I would watch for these higher time frame bear divs on Ethereum, guys. 12-hour, 16-hour, 10-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, looking to print very, very soon. Your 5-hour is printing. So, yeah, maybe a local top for Ethereum may be able to cool off just a little bit here. First major level I would look to retest would be the value area high coming in right here at about 19,000. Ethereum's at 19,000, guys. $1,922. If we do cool off, I would look to potentially come back down here and test that value area high. You could see we did not test it, at least here on the 5-hour. Come down to the 4-hour. Yeah, we kind of just blasted right through this. We may want to come down and test this again before continuing back up. So that is kind of what I would look for on the 4-hour time, or not the 4-hour. Well, yeah, 4-hour bear div is printing. Not the local div, though. You don't have that local div here. I'd like to see that. But really, you know, your 8-hour, your 12-hour, your 16-hour, they are looking toppy and for a potential local cool-off. And that is where I would look for Ethereum to get a bounce. And then, obviously, the loss of the value area high, or basically the loss of this purple box to the downside, would indicate we may be able to get accepted back into this range, which I hope doesn't happen, because then we are just more sideways bound, right? We're just bound to go sideways for a little bit longer as we would get accepted back into that range. So your key level of support, let me clean this up a bit. Your key level of support is going to be that value area high at $1,922. And again, not only would this be a place where price would likely bounce off of, but it would also be a place to potentially, if you lose it, expect some more downward movement, potentially. Let me go ahead and actually let me extend this volume profile and see what that gives us. Yeah, I would actually I would probably look for a move down to the POC if you get below that value area high / value area low. I would look for a move down to the POC, potentially coming in at about $1,879. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Rob says you're getting predictable. I don't know if he's talking to me. Creighton C. Knew it when I wrote rear end. Yeah, he's talking to Creighton. All right, let's see. Jules says, Dynex is sick. I own a bunch, Frankie Candles. It's a micro cap being used for research and development in AI and other fields because of the algo it uses. Dynex Solve. It's basically a supercomputer. Interesting. Shout out to us here. I will Ethereum Classic. I could try to take a look at Ethereum Classic. Let's see. Shout out to Julio, said, has Ben ever bumped into Frankie Candle's calves and got sent into whatever office has a door open? And all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next altcoin. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I can't confirm nor deny that, Julio. Thank you for pinning those altcoins, guys. Next on the list, that's what I'd be looking for on Sheep, guys. Looking a bit different than Bitcoin. Looking a bit different. Not looking for the green dot. Actually looking to potentially, I don't think you'll get the red dot today on the daily. But again, I would watch these higher time frame divs. This is an indication that you could be cooling off at, could be topping out here locally. All right, let's see. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that joke. Tony D, you know why you're laughing so hard at that joke. Let's continue on here. Let's see. Shout out to Zeus Cash, says he's going to start from the beginning. Happy for tomorrow, CandleMafia. I smashed the like button. Let's go, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Someone says, Frankie, or Jamal says, Frankie, are you Portuguese? I am not. I am Italian. I'm mostly Italian. I'm like 80-something% Italian, and then the last 25% is like 0.01% of a bazillion different things. So I'm like mostly Italian, and then the rest of me is a mutt. I get Spanish a lot. I get, I don't know. I am partially Egyptian, whatever that means. Anyway, let's see. I got to scrub all the way back. Lost profit. Let's go. Yes. So here, I'll take a look at ETH Classic for you in a minute. Tony, if you could just drop ETH Classic on there, and then that will be our list for the day. On my heroes joke. Tony, let me know what it was. But let's continue on here, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at Sheeb. Taking a look here at the Binance chart. Like I said, we very rarely do Sheeb, and I wasn't lying. There's like not a line on this chart. So here's my thing. I do feel like obligated to give you my outlook on meme coins. I don't typically invest in meme coins. That is not to say you can't make money with them, right? I will say I typically don't invest in meme coins. I will be packing a meme bag for this cycle. So I will say that, right? Like if I bought Dogecoin when I first heard about it, I would have made a whole lot of money. If I bought Sheeb when I first heard about it, I would have made a whole lot of money. So I like meme coins, but I typically I wait for a meme coin season and I just basically not scalp them, but I'm in and out of them very quickly, and I'm basically gambling on them. I've done really well like that in the past bull run. But I don't really invest in long-term meme coins. But again, that is not, I mean, you guys know millionaires were made with sheep. So please understand that. Like these are the things that do this, right? You're not going to get this kind of gain out of everything. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what we got going on sheep. Taking a look at the, let's take a look at the weekly, right? Like take a zoomed out view here. VWAP above the 0 line. Nothing super bullish. Money flow starting to come back up. Nothing really crazy, but let's go. Shout out to Zamixel. I don't know how to say that name. Says Frankie's amazing at TA, not so good with percentages. I don't even know what that really means. But shout out to you, bro. You're probably right. But anyway, yeah, nothing really super bullish here. Nothing really screaming. No massive bullish signal on the weekly here. 6-day VWAP curving off. Yeah, these higher time frames look like it may want to cool off a little bit. Taking a look at the 2-day. Okay, green dot on the 2-day. Yeah, I would lean maybe sideways bullish on Sheeb at this point. Yeah, money flow coming up on the daily. Green dot confirmed. Oof. Money flow coming up on the 16-hour. Yeah, nothing. I mean, this looks choppy. If I had to say, yeah, like this just looks really choppy. Really, I'll be honest with you, right? At this point, let me see. What was the first thing to list Sheeb? Let's see. Bitstamp. Let's see. Does Bitstamp have more price action? No. Coinbase definitely is not going to. Okay. Well, here you go, guys. I mean, you're at the lows. Like, when is this? This is September. Yeah, this is 2021. Like, here's the thing. I'm not going to do a ton of TA on this just because it's a meme coin. Not that this will respect TA more than like a new meme coin would, but like you're at the lows here, right? Understand if you buy Sheep, it's a gamble, right? And I know there's probably an army of people out there that would fight me on that. It's a gamble. It's a meme coin. I know that these meme coins a lot of times will be like, oh, no, we're making a DEX or oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing that. We're adding utility. Oftentimes, you don't see that stuff come to fruition, right? All meme coins are based off of, community and hype and speculation and pump and dump groups. And there's nothing wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with a group of people saying, pump our bag, right? Like, there's nothing really inherently wrong with that. There's definitely something wrong with dumping on people. I will say that. And there's nothing really wrong with that. But the thing is here, it's not like I can say, even if this wasn't a really bullish pattern, it's like it's also going to need some kind of value to bring it up, unless it's kind of hard to say. But I would say this for Sheep. I mean, it's at the lows here, right? If it goes lower, like if it's going to break down a bit, like a big breakdown here, it's probably not going to come back, right? But if you're going to hold this line, right, and it's going to come back, like you're going to be getting in pretty low here. So I would really be looking more at the macro on these lower cap altcoins just to kind of see where you are. Like, right, like you're down. I mean, let's see. Yeah, 91% from the top. You have a 91% discount on Sheep, right? And again, if you're buying this, you're essentially just gambling. So take it for what it's worth, right? Like 91% discount on a lottery ticket, essentially. So I could see Sheep coming back for sure. But there's no obvious like super bullish signal, super bullish pattern here or anything like that. It kind of just looks wish-washy, to be honest. It looks really choppy. So I could try to find you some levels really quickly. I mean, yeah, short term looks like you might want to cool off a little bit. Your money flow is, yeah, it really just looks choppy. I'll give you some key levels, but it does look really choppy. I mean, yeah, daily green dot confirmed. Money flow coming up. This is a good sign, right? Like money flow coming up. If your money flow continues up here on the daily, I would expect this to potentially continue in an uptrend. But let me give you those key levels if we do get that move to the upside where you should be looking. Pulling up that VPVR. Let's take a look at this range right here, right? So you were kind of bing-bonging around in a nice little range here, and then you lost the range, bearishly retested. You're going to want to get back above this level. I'm not going to read out the level. You could just go ahead and screenshot it there. It's too many zeros for me to really see. Your point of control, macro point of control up here at that, whatever price that is, point however many zeros, 11. And then your value area high is up here. These are the levels that I would take in the macro. I'm going to turn off the actual levels here. And I would just look at this, right? I would just be looking. I'm going to make this the value area high. make this the POC, make this the value area low. So if you are able to get back above this level, you are looking to flip this level here at about point however many zeros, 804. If you could hold that level, it will open up the door to potentially begin your journey up to the point of control at point however many zeros, 1191. Likely not going to be a straight shot up there, right? You're likely going to get some pretty decent resistance at this level right here. Welcome to Hitman E. I like that name. E. Shout out to you, bro. E. That sounds like I'm glitching. Like I'm like E. Shout out to E. Let's go. I like that name. E. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Welcome to the Hitman, though, bro. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Okay, Bison. Ooh, maybe we'll take a look at Pepe. But you guys got it. That's the level you got to flip. This is your main level of resistance that you want to flip to support if you want more upside for sheep. And I'm team upside for sheep. I'll be honest. I might pick some sheep up down here, to be honest with you. But you got to flip that level to support. This is your key level of resistance. If you flip it to support, opens up the door to potentially come up to this shelf of volume. What is a shelf of volume? Well, this is a somewhat of a high volume node. This is somewhat of a low volume node. And this is a shelf. This is a shelf. If you were to jump up, you're going to hit your head on that shelf, right? Boom. That is likely to be resistance. And you can see that. Held it here. Held it kind of there before losing it. Resistance, support, right? So this is definitely a important level to be watching, right? So I would look, if you do wind up getting a move to the upside, I'd look for a move up, and I would look for resistance at that level right about here. Again, point however many zeros, 995. And then, obviously, you are looking for a move up to the POC, but you're likely to find some turbulence there, and then eventually hopefully make it up to your value area high. And then even at that point, guys, if you get all the way up there, still pretty low prices for sheep if it is going to go back to all-time highs. But there's really nothing I can say. Like if someone said, do you think sheep will go back to all-time highs? I have nothing to go off of. It's not like, well, they just made a bunch of updates and a bunch of partnerships and they have all this really good utility. And I could totally see it going up to back to all-time highs in the bull run. But there's really nothing to go off of on sheep. So this is just based off technicals. These are the key levels you got to be watching if you want more upside for sheep. You could screenshot them right here. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to our next. Let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin. Shout out to the volume profile. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's see. Dude, Diaz. Shout out to Diaz. Said, Frankie, my brother, take a hit of that albuterol. The heavy breathing is causing my asthma to kick in. Shout out to Diaz. I appreciate you, bro. I'm not a nerd, guys. I swear. Let's see. All right, moving on. I'm my hero, said Frankie, you sound like a dolphin. Shout out to E. All right, let's continue on here. All right, let's go. Shout out to Steven Atwell. I'm not scared at all. I'll just keep adding margin. No problem here at all. Shout out to Steven. I don't want to sound bearish on sheep, guys. Sheep could rip back up to all-time highs. I'm just saying there's nothing for me to factually say. Like, there's really just nothing for me to information for me to give you to say it's likely to go there, right? So it's just hard to kind of do that. All right, let's see. I need a Frankie Handles hat already. Shout out to Underground Only. Hey, we're going to be doing a giveaway this week. Maybe a double giveaway. Actually, okay. Oh, most people want to do the giveaways tonight. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I'll have to get Mrs. Candles in here. If we can finish these altcoins in time, we will do the giveaways. If we don't, oh, God, that's a close. If you have not voted on that, let me know, guys, because we're kind of behind on the alts here. But let me go move through STX. If we don't have time today to do it today, maybe we'll just move it to Friday. If we do have time, I will knock it out today if that's what everybody wants. All right, Frankie on one today. Man, I love it. Shout out to Steven Atwell. I appreciate you, bro. Take a look at Sticks. Here we go. All right, let's see. Take a look at the daily. It is 1,000 degrees in the studio right now, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that I can generally see that there are lows down here and some uneven highs up here. Let's go ahead and pull some volume. Boom, boom. And here we go. Not the best levels. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how comfortable I feel with looking at these levels. Let's see. Creighton C said the same mass cannot occupy the same space. Hence, have never seen Mrs. Candles and DZ together. I mean, you're not wrong, but they are together sometimes. Sometimes we have work get-togethers, and Mrs. Candles comes, and DZ hang out, and they talk. Definitely not the same person, if you're wondering. But anyway, taking a look here. Let's go. Ooh, baby, this daily, guys. Daily. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Green dot on the daily with money flow coming up somewhat. I do think you could continue up here for STX. Let's find some local resistance. Speaking of Mrs. Candles, popping in to swap out the ice pack on the camera. I don't know why it's so hot in here, guys. I think our AC broke. Yeah, so much for central air. But, Mrs. Candles, we may have to do a giveaway today, so I may shout for you. Not 100% yet. It's very close. 52% people want the giveaway today, and 48% of them want to do it tomorrow. How do we get – maybe we will just do it on Friday. It is close, and there are some people asking how to get in. But, yeah, mods, if you can let them know how to join that giveaway, that would be awesome. But, guys, money flow somewhat coming up on the daily 16-hour money flow crossing over into the green, but your VWAP is starting to roll over. Taking a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, looking for the red dot. Oh, printing the 4-hour red dot. No divergence, but let's check those lower time frames. 15-minute money flow coming to the downside as my mouse is tweaking out. There we go. Okay. No. Yeah. I would. Ugh. Yeah. Money flow coming out on the 15-minute with your 4-hour red dot printing. Now, listen. Money flow is coming up for the most part on the 4 hours. So this could give us a bigger move to the upside. But locally, right? Like, look at this money flow on the 4 hour. It is cruising to the upside. However, with the 15-minute money flow crossover and that red dot, I do think it could bring you down a little bit more locally in the short term. So if I just go ahead and pull this local range here, I do think, that 4-hour red dot, 15-minute money flow crossover, you are losing the value area high here, right? And again, volume profiles. Reject the high, come to the low. Reject the low, come to the high. Reject the high, come to the low. Reject the low, come to the high. Break out of the high. Break back down. Bearish retest, rejection. Almost back to the low. Back to the POC, back to the high. If this money flow crossover into the red happens on the 15-minute, you may be able to get accepted back into this range, and I would look for a move back down into the POC at about 73 cents. If you get below that, I would look for a move down to the value area low at about 72 cents. And locally, that is what I would be looking at. This is what I would be looking for locally. Now, with that being said, I would be looking for longs at the low of this range if you wind up getting all the way down there. If you are lucky enough to get a revisit of the lows of this range, I would be looking for a long, right? And the reason for that is your money flow on the like even here on the 3-hour it faked out into the green, back into the red. You may be ready to come back up into a bigger green wave. Your 4-hour money flow also coming up. So that is something to keep in mind. Your 6-hour, your 8-hour, all these money flows are starting to cross over into the green. 12-hour money flow coming up, 16-hour crossover into the green, and then that daily green dot is likely to bring you up in the medium term if it does wind up confirming. But in the meantime, you may be able to get that move further down, and you can see it is already starting to get accepted back into the range, potentially going for that POC. So that's what I'd be looking for here on stacks, guys. You have fixed and variable volume profiles. Frankie, YouTube would not let me comment on the link short. Interesting. Shout out to B Team Crypto. What the heck? Oh, I don't know. Interesting. Shout out to B Team Crypto. Like the link short form content on YouTube. Is that what you meant? Let me know. B Team Crypto. Shout out to you. Let's see. Steven said, so happy I snapped out of my funk and showed up today. Thank you. You really made it worth it, CandleMafia. I love y'all and wish y'all the best every day. Guys, shout out to the CandleMafia. Guys, I'm repping you guys every single day. Yeah. We shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to the t-shirt. I'm not even gonna push the merch store and say, hey, this is a cool t-shirt, but just shout out to you guys. I wear this shirts because I like them and because I love the CandleMafia. Let's see. Let's give away an AC to Frankie and Mrs. Candles. Yeah, our AC is usually fire. Like, we got central air, but it's just blowing out hot air right now, and it's like 100 degrees in Atlanta right now, so I think maybe I don't know. I think we got to throw some shade over our AC or something. I'm not 100% sure, but they don't call me Frankie the HVAC guy. If they did, I would have fixed the AC. But, guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead and move on to Dot. Here we go. Maybe we'll do a video on Dot as well. I think Dot is slept on. But here we go. Here is the macro volume profile we were looking at. Let me go ahead and extend this to the right. Little Aztecian cactus moss water. And here we are, right? I'm going to get rid of this box. Excuse me. Oh, hey. Hoo-hoo, baby. Look at that golden pocket retest. Anyway, here we are, guys. We got above that value area low, right? I'm sure, I don't remember, but I'm sure this is what we were looking at, saying, hey, as we're hanging out down here, right? As we're hanging out down here, we're saying, hey, if you can get back above this value area low, hold it as support, that's where you're getting a move likely to the POC, which did happen right here, and then potentially flip this POC to support to get a move up to our value area high, coming in at about 662. But let's break it down a little bit better for you guys. Taking it over to the daily. Yeah, looking for a red dot. The alts, right? Money flow looking good, but the alts looking for some short-term pullbacks potentially with the VWAPs rolling back over to the downside. So yeah, I would look for that, right? This is going to be a key level. This point of control, you want to hold this level, right? 528, you want to hold this. If you can hold above this, it will open up the door to come up a little bit higher. But let's see. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Said video would be great. The only coin I'm still upside down on, bought at $50. Ugh. Crypto Billy, you can't catch them all, brother. You can't, listen, everybody is bound to make a bad trade. Yeah, I will try to make a video on that. Yeah, okay. Hey, Billy, I'm not going to pretend I've never bought a top before. Trust me. Don't forget, I recently DCA'd into Solana right before it went to zero. But continuing on here, VWAP looking to come to the downside on the daily. Money flow coming up, though. Long term, medium term, this would be a good sign. However, in the short term, you may be able to cool off a little bit. Again, looking to hold that point of control at about 528. And then going from this local impulse to the upside, I would also look at, if you do wind up losing the POC and we get a little bit more turbulence than expected, I would look between this golden pocket and 786 with the value area low right in the middle for a potential bounce, right? May get a bing bong around here. You might hold the POC before getting a move up, but if you lose the POC, I would look into this blue box for some longs to potentially continue up to the value area high, or POC and then the value area high. Let me bring that back really quickly. And then let me just get you a couple of more levels to the upside that I would be looking at. And to do that, we're going to look at the, we can look at the VPVR. Going to be, yeah, I would watch right here. This is going to be a big level to watch. I would also, yeah, basically where we're rejecting right now. So right here is going to be resistance, boom, boom, right? So this is your level of resistance. If you can get above here, that I think you will likely be a little more in the clear to grind your way up. I don't think it'll happen quickly, but it would be kind of a grind to that value area high. But those are the key levels I would watch. 661 is your value area high. POC coming in at 528. Value area low coming in right here at $5, almost even. And that's what I'd be looking for on Dot. Stephen Atwell said, I got a couple dots. Me too. Me too. Shout out to Stephen Atwell. Let's see. I got a nice sack of Dot. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. Not balling or nothing. Shout out to Stephen Atwell. All right, let's see. Golden Pocket. Oh, I was thinking of something else. Lol, Frankie, we call them straight, though. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy. Sorry for the late arrival, kids. No problem. Alter Ego in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Continuing on. Let's go. Ethereum Classic. Let me put in ETC here real quick. Let me take a look at this real quick. Ethereum Classic. Take a look at the daily. Yeah, red dot printing on the daily, right? Like, this is definitely more of a bearish sign than a bullish sign. Let's go ahead and let's pull this. Yeah. I would look, right? You lose this POC. I'd look to come down here to the value area low. Daily red dot printing. If this confirms, I do think there's a good chance you come back down to the value area low of that range. I'm going to take this wick here up to the high. Little bit of confluence between your lower local golden pocket and your value area low. I would look for support here. If you wind up coming down, I would also watch the 786 deviating slightly below. And yeah, if you get a move to the downside here, guys, I would look for a little bing bong into that blue box before looking for a long position back up to the range high. And if you deviate to the 786, I would also look for a long position to deviate back or deviation below the range to look for that long position to flip that golden pocket and come back up to the value area high, coming in at about 22.85. Now, with that being said, I would not be looking for this to nuke down to zero. And the reason being is the daily money flow, just like a lot of other things, is coming up. These red dots on the daily are more of a short-term bearish signal. They would indicate a move down to put in a higher low and then continue up, right? So that is basically what I'm looking at. Red dot on the daily could bring you down in the short term. These are the key levels I would look at. 1820 being the golden pocket, 1679 being that 786. Really, I would prefer to get a bounce from the golden pocket value area low, but this is where I would be looking for longs for a move back up. And again, the reason I would be comfortable looking for those longs is because money flow is coming up, and the VWAP, aka the red dots, indicate short-term moves down, and the money flow crossovers into the green, or just money flow in general, indicates the longer-term trend. And with this money flow coming up, it is looking like this low, high, higher low, higher high is likely to result in another higher low before another higher high. So there you go, guys. Quick and dirty on ETC. Shout out to whoever was asking for that. I think it was George. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully you're still in here. Let's see. Many people lost interest in crypto. BTC to 28K. Shout out to the devil. Shout out to you, bro. I mean, I'll be honest here. Like, I would I would prefer that, right? I would like to come lower. So yeah, I hope you're right. Let's see. Wick 589. We were talking about you in the premium live stream this morning, Wick. We were talking about wicks, and everyone was like, "Hey, let's not forget to show love to our favorite Wick 589." And I was like, "Heck yeah!" Shout out to Wick. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin. And you guys know I'm talking about H-bar. Taking a quick... I'm going to start flying through these guys because we are running out of time. God, are we going to have to make these live streams 3 hours? Like, it's not enough time with the Mafia, guys. We don't have to make these live streams 3 hours. I don't think 2 hours is long enough. Rob and Tyler are like, please, for the love of God, don't do that. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. My favorite Wick 589. Yeah, P-Team Crypto. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. All right, let's continue on here. 575 people still in the chat. I appreciate everybody tuned in all the way to the end of the stream. I really do appreciate you guys. Taking a look at, let's go ahead and take a look at the daily. VWAP coming to the downside, right? Again, looking for that red dot on the daily. Like a lot of these other altcoins, money flow also looks very similar to a lot of these other things. Money flow coming up, VWAP coming down. Yeah, similar to Bitcoin, guys. Similar to Bitcoin, we are pulling this this is from May of 2023. We are pulling this old range as, if we come down to a lower time frame, as you can see, we respected this range, came back up, respected the range again, and then got a massive moonshot. It looked like somewhat of a liquidity grab here. And then got absolutely ripped right back down into the range, broke below it, bearish retest, dump, bearish retest, dump, bearish retest, dump, bearish retest, dump. Doesn't want to get accepted back into the range for some reason. 4-hour red dot printing. Let me go ahead and turn on. Yeah, 4-hour red dot printing. Take a look at the 15-minute. Money flow crossover into the red is in play here. Yeah, I would look for some potential continued downside for H-bar in the short term based off that red dot and 15-minute money flow crossover into the red. Money flow on the 4-hour coming out. 3-hour money flow was coming up, now starting to curve back out. Not the best look. 2-hour back in the green, kind of curving out. A little bit mixed here. I would take this new local range here. Let me pull it from here to here. Yeah, let me just see from here. Whoops. Let me see. Yeah, I would actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and let me take this whole piece. Yeah, this is what I would look for, guys. Now, don't ignore this value area. This value area, these levels are likely to get respected, but now we also have, you can see your value area high, the local range here is in confluence with your POC. But you can see here, you have that. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Boom. Boom. Yeah. You've tested your previous value area low, right? You came from the high to the low, almost back up to the high, but now you're losing your POC. If you cannot reclaim this POC, I'd look for a move down here to about 0.0489 cents. That's kind of what I would be looking for on H-bar, and especially with that 4-hour red dot. If that confirms and money flow keeps coming on lower time frames, I do think you could potentially come back down here and test this level. And if you pull a, oh, this fib is hard. If you pull your fib, yeah, you do have nice confluence here on the local, on the value area low right here. So I would look for potential longs here. 7/8, very similar to these other coins we're looking at. 786 value area low, golden pocket confluence. If we come down, look for a bounce there. And then again, your key level of resistance at that point, if you get back down to the value area low, if you get a long entry, you would be looking to crack back above this value area low to come back up to the high. And then for higher prices, you got to break out of this value area high. So those are the levels I would be looking at on H-bar. And again, with that 4-hour red dot with money flow coming out in the lower time frames, I would look for some more consolidation / I would say sideways bearish on H-bar. Let's see. Hi, Frankie. Hi, Frankie Candles. First time in chat here. Please update render for me. Shout out to Utsab. Shout out to you. I will try to check out. We are running low on time. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the altcoins on the list, but shout out to you, bro. I will go ahead and try and take a look at that for you. ICP, I'm going to have to start flying through these. They probably are. A lot of them are going to look similar. 4-hour red dot. 12-minute money flow crossing over into the red. 15-minute money flow looking for a crossover into the red. We know, guys, we talk about this all the time. Money flow coming out on the 15-minute. If you can get a crossover into the red with that 4-hour red dot printing, that money flow crossover into the red will likely give you at least some more downside. Now, something to keep in mind here is going to be, hey, shout out to Aquanaut for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. Aquanaut showing face today. I love it, baby. I love it. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. But if we go ahead and, yeah, this is what I would look at. I didn't even mean to take that range. I'll be 100% honest with you, but I will. What I wanted to do was unextend this to the right. And, yeah, but I will actually just go ahead and take this whole profile. If I would look for this. This is what I would look for on ICP. If this continues down, I would look for some potential support on this value area high. If you don't get that support on the value area high, very important. Not only do you have the value area high. Let me get rid of these lines. Excuse me. Not only do we have these lines, but we also have somewhat of a big fall off in volume. Now, you do have a high volume node here, a high volume node here, and some little baby nodes in there. So it's not, just remember, quick move up typically means a quick move down, right? So just understand if we lose this value area high, we could potentially lose it, get accepted back into the range, and get a really quick move back down to the POC coming in at about 420. I'll just leave that there. But yeah, back down to 420 could be a possibility. And again, honestly, once you lose this local range low, right? Like basically this low that we have support on right here, I could pull another local range here. Yeah, if you lose this value area low, I'll just pull this value area low up here. This is what you're looking for. Again, You've already gotten accepted back into this range. You're already on your way to the value area low. This would be a likely target for ICP at 441. If you wind up coming all the way down here, and once you lose this level, that's basically where that volume gap starts. Now, again, you do have some higher volume nodes in here that will give you some turbulence, but for the most part, if you lose this value area low, you may start to see a bigger move down towards that POC, again, coming in at about 420. Obviously, if you lose that POC, you're likely to come to the value area low, coming closer to about $4.09. And again, money flow on the 15-minute, that crossover into the red with that 4-hour red dot confirmed or still printing would likely give you that move. Now, I don't know if you're going to be lucky enough to come all the way down that deep, but that's kind of how I would see it playing out in the worst-case scenario, potentially down to the POC or value area low. If not, I would be looking for, if you see that you are dumping, but you're starting to get some support, the place that I would really like to bounce off of is going to be the value area high of this macro range at 437. So there you go. Thanks to Frankie Candles, and good work to all the mods. See everyone on the next one. Shout out to Green Day Profits. We appreciate you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Shout out to Creighton C. I almost said shout out Tom Crown for the 420 joke, because I think, doesn't he do like 420 light goals or something? Or is that Blockchain Basement? I don't know. Shout out to Tom Crown and Blockchain Basement, guys. But anyway, let's see. ETC might pump hard tonight. Now, excuse me for, I'll take a look at Matic in a second, but I just looked at ETC. It didn't look that pumpy to me. Doesn't mean that it can't pump, guys. I mean, I've been wrong before. I know a lot of people think I have a crystal ball. Sometimes the crystal ball runs out of batteries. Yeah, I mean, I don't, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you got a daily red dot. Unless this gets invalidated, unless that daily red dot gets invalidated, I wouldn't really expect too much of a crazy move to the upside. Money flow definitely looks good. So if you pull the VWAP flip here, sure, maybe you get a big pump. I mean, you just got that big candle print. Yeah, this thing, I mean, just dumped. What the heck was that? That was weird. But yeah, I don't know. Shout out to you, man. I mean, money flow looks good. If you got a VWAP flip here, maybe you rip off that POC. But I'll be honest, with that red dot, you might be able to cool off a little bit more. But not financial advice, like I said. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, that's a big maybe on ETC. Yeah, I mean, this money flow does look pretty good. I mean, maybe you pull a VWAP flip. Yeah, I don't know. The VWAPs on the 12-hour and the 16-hour are coming straight down. Again, doesn't mean that you can't rip out of nowhere. But, yeah, I don't know. Is there like a fundamental pumpamental? Is there a fundamental pumpamental reason that it might rip? I mean, let's check the 4-hour. The 4-hour rolling. I mean, 4 hours rolling up, but the money flow's crossing into the red. No bull div. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying it can't rip. I'm just saying there's nothing really screaming. What is everybody looking at that's saying that they think it's going to pump? Let me know. I'm curious. Let's see. ETH bear div starting to play out. Let's see it. What was it, a 4-hour? Oh, baby. There it goes, baby. There it goes. But yeah, let's go ahead. Smash the likes to celebrate your independence from the tyrannical British Empire. Tax Hour T showed you. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Matic. But I am curious, guys. Let me know. Is there some kind of fundamentals behind Ethereum Classic pumping? Because I see a few people saying it's going to pump tonight. Is there like something happening? Please let me know. But anyway, checking out Matic. Matic to $44 by next week. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's come down to the lower time frames. Well, hey. I don't know what any of this means. Let's delete it. Okay, here we go. God, I love, at least everything is recorded on my channel. So if I ever really wanted to check, ETC to $25 in the next couple of days. Shout out to Sahir. I hope so, but what is the reasoning? What is the reason? Like, what is behind that? What is the, I'd love to know. Is there, like, something crazy happening? I'm really confused. But yeah, Crypto Billy said clip it. But yeah, if I ever wanted to see what I thought about something and, like, I want to check if I was right or wrong about something, I could go back and look, although that would be a real pain. But I really wish that there was an easy way to like look at these and be like, what were we saying this day? Like, because obviously, I'm not trading every single altcoin that we look at on this show. That would be impossible. But sometimes, like, we look at the charts, and I would like to know what I was thinking. Like, did we say this was going up or down? Like, was I right or wrong on this? And can't always have the time to go back and check. But let's see. Potential. Let's see. I'll actually see the 4-hour. Yeah, 4-hour bear div. It's like an exaggerated div. I don't know how much weight I would put on that. However, these higher time frames are setting up for some divs. Your 12 and not even your 12. Your 10-hour potentially setting up for a bearish divergence. But it is, you're right. You're basically in this low volume gap. So I would be careful with the shorts on Matic. Yeah, I would be very careful with the shorts on Matic just because of this low volume gap. And if we go ahead and pull our fib here, we have blasted through the golden pocket, looking to test that 786. I would watch this 786 at about 73 cents. If we get a further push up, look for a potential rejection here. However, I mean, this bear div, if it does wind up printing on the 10-hour, that would be something to look at. Not the strongest angle. Something else to realize here. I mean, again, a lot of the money flow on the higher time frames for the altcoins and on Bitcoin are pointing to more upside, right? So, just be careful with that. These shorts, if you're looking for these shorts, guys, I am looking for, if you're looking for shorts, I would expect them to be short-term moves to the downside before rolling back up and continuing back to higher highs, right? You have a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a potential higher low, maybe at this value area high at about 67 cents, and then potentially another higher high and another higher low. This is indicating, our money flow coming up is indicating that the trend will likely continue to the upside. So just so everybody knows, if you're looking for shorts, expect them to potentially be lackluster to continue to the upside. I will only be looking for scalps and then looking for more of swing long positions. Looking for more of swing long positions to the upside. So there you go. That's what I would be looking at on Matic. And who was Frankie, can I be your no guy to tell people who ask for extra alts at near end of the stream? No. Shout out to Tanner A. Yes. Tanner, you are that guy. Creighton C answers our questions. Creighton C is also our like police. But Tanner A, you could be the no guy. You could be the guy that shuts down the extra altcoins. But speaking of that, somebody did ask to look at something. I forget what it was. But if I remembered, I would look at it, but I don't remember what it was. But let's see. But yeah. Wait, did anyone ever answer about the Ethereum Classic pump? Because the technicals don't look like, long term, it looks like it could rip, but locally, it looks like it can come down. Is there news on ETC? Somebody let me know. But let's see. Oh, it was Pepe. All right, let's look at PP really quick, guys. It's the 4th of July. We're breaking out of that. Woo, baby. I'd be careful with this thing. Here's the thing, guys. No answer. Thank you, Crypto Billy. All right, interesting. I would love to know. Is there a chance of a BTC weekly bear div? Yes, there is a potential possibility for that. We are pretty far off it being confirmed, but you are seeing that correctly. It could be a thing. Crypto Billy said fake news. I may be maybe trying to pump the bag. I don't know. But anyway, Tanner said at Dave Digital, I'm going to need a wrench. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company in the locker room. Let's go. Pepe, let's take a look at PP and see what we can do here. Daily green dot printing. As the bullish consolidation breaks out. Look at that. Boom. A little breakout here. Not too bad. This doesn't look that bad. I'll be honest. But one thing I'd be careful of, again, like money flow. Look at the money flow on the 12-hour. This looks pretty good. This looks like you might come into the green. Might be able to get this a little higher. 10-hour. Money flow in the green. Locally, short term. Look at this. Textbook. Higher highs. Lower highs. Let me replace that. There you go. Lower highs. Could get a rejection here. Higher highs, lower highs. Could come down. Not saying it's going to dump to zero. Money flow looks pretty good, especially on the 12 and 16-hour. And the daily doesn't even have money flow yet. But that 16-hour money flow does look pretty dang good. as well as that 12-hour also looks pretty dang good. But VWAP's starting to roll over. I'd be careful of a potential short-term pullback on Pepe. Not guaranteed, but if you do, I would be looking potentially, I would be looking over here for a potential bounce between the value area high and this golden pocket, potentially looking to come down and bounce. You've broken out. You might want to test that value area high, but again, this 12-hour bear div, 8-hour bear div, starting to look to print here. 4-hour bear div, also very close to printing. You're likely going to print this very soon. So I would look for a potential short-term downside for Pepe. And if you do, those are the key levels I'd be looking at. But other than that, it doesn't look too bad. I'll be honest with you guys. Slugger Slug said Pepe's here to stay. That's for sure. Listen, there is Sahir. Buy the rumor. Buy what rumor and sell what news. Let me know what the news is, if there is. I don't know. I feel like this is elusive ETC news. Soul's been pumping lately. ETC used to run because of Robinhood, so who knows? Ooh, interesting. Pepe, guys, listen. Here's the thing. There's no telling if this is going to be the next Sheeb. There's no saying it's gonna, and there's no saying it's not gonna. But I will say, Pepe has kind of proved itself to hold up here. I don't know. Pepe is a strong meme. Now, again, I'm not a big meme coin guy as far as long-term investments, but I don't know. Pepe might be the next one. You never know. I'm not saying it's gonna be, for sure, but I'm just saying, Pepe's an OG meme. It's strong. Who is your next guest going to be, Frankie? Shout out to Looney. My next guest is going to be, I'm not sure. Tony D? I don't know. The meme is strong with this one. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know who our next guest is going to be. Potentially Garrett Soloway? I'm not 100% sure. Tony D, if you know, let us know. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Unfortunately, we did a lot of altcoins tonight. Unfortunately, though, that did dig into our giveaway time. So I think what we're going to do is we're either going to roll the giveaways into another live stream. Tony said, let me check my sources. Thank you, bro. Hey, shout out to Daddy Zach said, hi, Frankie. Love you, bro. Popped in to like the stream. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. But again, guys, I would be, we may actually just do the, shout out to Connor Anderson. We may do the giveaways just on Friday, or we might just pick a day during the week to knock them out. But they are starting to stack up. So when we do that giveaway, it's going to be a pretty big one. But let's go ahead and spin this wheel of pain and pleasure. We got almost 500 likes, guys. Let's try to run it up to 550 by the end of the stream. Don't forget to smash that like button. You got 2 minutes to get to 550. If we get to 550, I'll spin the wheel 10 times. I don't know if we're going to get there, but we got 5 spins for you guys. It's Creighton C said, I'm counting. You don't want to piss off the like police, guys. But if I win the let's see. Let me hide all this stuff. This is hard to. Oh, God. Are we getting wrecked on this wheel again? Unbelievable. Let's see. You got 2 minutes. I need that hat. Shout out to Underground Only. Creighton C said 52. Let's go. You're funny, bro. You guys are funny. Connor Anderson. Dancing. Just dancing with the YouTube YouTube ratings here. I just want one hat already. Shout out to Underground Only. Underground Only, you are going to be our official member that we cheer for on the giveaways. We're rooting for you. I'm pulling for you. Hopefully we can get that hat in your hands or on your head. Shout out to Underground Only. LFG, baby. Shout out to all the new members, guys. If you're new here, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do this every weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours. And we be spitting those facts. We be spitting that sauce. And we be doing that TA, guys. It's a good time. 2 giveaways. Guys, I'm spinning this at least 7 times. I'm not giving you 2 giveaways. It's a scam. Let's see. You could do it. Believe in your finger and press that like. Let's go. Caress it. Are you kidding me? Shout out to Creighton C. Yo, Creighton C, bro. You're funny. must be a lot of Brits. They always pout this time of year. Oh, God. I want a membership. I'm broke and need to make money. Well, Vanilla Love, you are definitely in the right place. And Hannah King right underneath you. She gifts memberships all the time. If you hang out in here long enough, eventually, you might just wind up with one of those memberships. Let's see. We got 3 giveaways to start off the week. Not the best hit rate here, but shout out to all of you guys, everybody in the Candle Mafia. With all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in on tonight's show, spending some time here with the Candle Mafia to do some of that TA, find those setups, and try to figure out what this thing Bitcoin's going to do, guys. Watch out for those short-term pumps. Definitely not impossible, but you also don't want to sleep on that money flow coming to the downside on the 4-hour. I do think with that daily green dot, if it confirms, how are we doing on that? Let's check it. How close? When is this candle close? Let's see. Daily candle close in 20 minutes, guys. It looks like we're probably going to confirm that green dot unless we get some kind of massive dump in the next 20 minutes. If we confirm that green dot, guys, I do think we may see some more upside for Bitcoin. And then locally, again, don't forget, 4-hour red dot looking to print very soon. If we are going to get a short-term pullback before that daily green dot gives us a big move up, I would be looking at that 4-hour red dot to give it to us. And that's kind of what I would keep the eye on, right? But with all that with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in and stayed all the way to the end of the stream. Aquanaut says, great time, great TA, great. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate you, man. Dave Digital with the last-minute super chat said, I looked at the charts and knew Gary News was fake. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate you for all the super chats lately, bro. Hannah King, everybody who gifted the memberships. You guys are the absolute best. You make this membership. You make this community what it is. I'm just the crazy guy that screams on camera. I'm actually the shiny. I'm like the sweaty, shiny guy on camera now all of a sudden. But I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I don't just say that. I mean it. I truly do. Frankie Candle's meetup coming to a town or city near you very soon. And with all that being said, Market Cypher emojis in chat, Lux Algo emojis in chat, and Bing Bong emojis in chat on your way out. And with all that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Same place, same time. Check out that Chainlink video that is now re-uploaded with the correct audio. Check it out. Show it some love. Drop a like and comment because it's likely going to be one of the videos you got to like, watch, and comment on and be a subscriber to get your entry into the giveaways. And with all that being said, I see those emojis going nuts. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, tomorrow's going to be a little bit of an off day. I don't know. I don't think we're going to go live, but I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord and maybe a market update if things go crazy. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys on Wednesday, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Creighton? Hang on, guys. Creighton, he's throwing bing bongs in chat. I know it's a little delayed. Right after ATB, Creighton, we're going to get it. I know he's going to get it. He doesn't mess up. I know it's just a delay. Right after ATB, Creighton. Shout out to my boy DZ. Right after ATB, Creighton. Shout out to my boy DZ. Hannah King coming in with the save. Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to Hannah King. And shout out to my boy DZ. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all I got. Frankie Candle's out. Bing. Bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, we go. At the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
You guys literally crack me up in chat every single day. I put it in chat, guys, but I really do just want to just real quick shout out to the CandleMafia. The past week or so, we've just went through a really boring part of the market. Numbers were down on YouTube, viewers were down, and for the past week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the love has been absolutely insane, and I just want to let you guys know I truly do appreciate it. I would have a whole live stream just thanking you guys. But not just the gifting of the memberships, the super chats, just the community has been really lit lately. You guys show a lot of support. We have a lot of people learning, which is the goal of this channel. You guys, the way you guys make jokes and you guys interact with each other in chat, it's the coolest thing in the world. And I love each and every single one of you guys. I truly, truly appreciate you guys dedicating your time with us. And shout out to the CandleMafia. You guys are the best community for real. I'm not just saying that because you're our community, just because it's a bunch of really, really cool people all around the world in one place. It's really cool to see. You guys give me faith in humanity. You guys are the absolute best. And with that being said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Go celebrate your freedom tomorrow. I will see you somewhere tomorrow at some point. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. You know the deal. Shout out to DZ. And Creighton C, you're forgiven, bro. We do a three-strike thing here. That was only your first strike. You crushed every other question, so you got some leeway. Shout out to you, bro. And shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they bust at your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank. They see the number. All of my haters feel one of two ways. Really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it. I've been up, so read about it. No beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it. We'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters where I run the fee up. And go king and nana mana pia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay defeated. And put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I got 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on. So you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check.